live now. All right, that looks better. Now I can see that there's 6 people on. There's 3 thumbs up so far. Christopher's on, Basil's on, and both. Oh, David's on from Nova Scotia.
All right.
I'm still seeing a delay in your response, Smokey. I don't know. Are you on your phone or are you on the computer?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay. So everybody who's watching, can you let me know? Can you see us moving in real time, or is there a delay or a lag somewhere in the stream? And I'll wait to see who responds here. Yeah. Sarah's on in Germany.
Hello, Sarah.
We got a few hearts coming up the side. Can you see those at all, or you?
No, I can see the how long we've been on, and I can see there's 5 people watching and 3 thumbs up. But that is all. That's all I can see. Okay. I don't know if I disappeared or not, but I disappeared.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Good.
But I can't see the comments. So I don't know.
Okay, maybe only the host can see the comments.
Maybe.
If we were to do this again, then maybe you'd be the host and you get to see it. So maybe that's when you're inviting someone to the chat, that's what happens.
Maybe.
Basil did a thumbs up, he said. The Baldy twins he's calling us. That's not very nice, but all right.
All righty.
But yeah, we're stamped people that have no hair on top but around their face. So
that's true.
He's calling us twins.
Well, I beg to differ, but that's okay.
Maybe we're twins like Danny DeVito.
Maybe. There's a little difference probably in our height and weight.
There might be some,
Yeah.
I don't know. How tall are you, Smokey? I don't even know how tall you are.
Oh, I am 6'1".
All right. So, yeah, there is a height discrepancy there because I'm only 5'8".
Okay.
Okay. Stephen's on from Australia now.
Wow.
Hello, Stephen. Charmaine's on in the state of Maine. All right. We're starting to pick up some people now.
Good.
Minnie is on in Finland.
All right. Stephen is at the middle of the night there? Is it tomorrow yet?
It is way in the middle of the night for him. He's up way too late. Oh, everybody's giving their heights now. Basil is 5'8.5". Christopher is 6 feet 1 inches, so he's the same as you, Smokey.
Okay.
Basil says he's a ½ inch taller than me. Well, all right. Enjoy it. How's the weather up there, tall guy? All right. Don't be sorry for it, Basil. It's all right. Enjoy your height. I'm not getting into saying how much we each weigh, so you guys can keep saying.
I'm not telling you.
Oh, now Basil's just shrunk. He's 5'7.5".
Oh, well.
Okay.
He lost an inch.
Stephen says it's 2:30 in the morning for him right now.
Happy tomorrow, Stephen.
What's the lottery numbers? Quick, I need them.
Really? How's Saturday going?
Christopher says, Smokey, if you're open up YouTube on your PC, you'd be able to see the comments.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I'm guessing everybody else can see the comments too then, because they're watching it on their computers.
Oh, yeah. When I went to set this up, it said I could only do it on my phone.
Go to see, you're in your office, right? While you're doing this, you could open your computer, go to YouTube, and log in almost as a guest. You might be able to see it. Just turn the volume down so you don't have some the sound coming back at you.
We're going to spin around.
Ooh, exciting. I want to spin too. There we go.
Now my lighting is horrible.
Yeah, mine too. I've got this forever halo on my bald head, so I always kind of tilt it down a little bit so it just looks like I'm angelic. There we go.
Yeah, so you can't. Well, that's better.
What else do we have? People are saying Basil says he's a featherweight. He's 52 kilograms only. Steven says thank you. Saturday's going fine so far. Basil's on his laptop. And then he says, on a phone, you won't be able to. I'm on my phone, but I can because the host, I can see everybody's messages.
Right.
Basil's calling me or you the Pope of YouTube. I'm guessing you because you're the pastor. I must be the devil of YouTube. It almost looks like I'm sitting on your shoulder if I go a little bit over there.
Right. Okay.
Rob,
You don't need to watch my commercials. Let's see.
Oh, Christopher has lost his first 1.5 pounds. I know he and his wife have been losing some weight, so that's good. I went and saw my doctor yesterday, and she told me I was tubby, so I need to lose some weight. So that's my next 6 months, so I don't have to go on medication. Goodbye donuts, unfortunately.
Oh, I love donuts.
I love donuts too. Oh, Jesse is on from Puerto Rico.
Well, hello,
Awesome.
Jesse.
I haven't seen Jesse in ages. Yeah, Jesse Obina. She sent you some cards too in the past, I believe.
Yeah. She sent me some. She makes a lot of her own cards. She does a great job.
Yeah, she does a really good job. Especially you guys watch her channel too, because she shows you exactly how she does it. It's been a long time.
All right. Well, it is. So I'm on my laptop.
Yep.
We'll get this figured out by the time we do 10 or 12 of these. And I still can't see. I still can't see the comments. And there's quite the lag.
Yeah, I'm getting a lag from your side too. I don't know what's going on, but
and so it has joined the conversation, and I go to open but there's no. Hang on, let me.
Smokey, I think he's figured it out. Holy, I don't like that position. That looks like I'm chunky for sure. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna go back to the light.
Okay.
Do not.
Some messages.
I'm not that fat. I don't know what she's saying. And this is a sweater.
No.
But I get it. I've got high cholesterol, or not medium cholesterol. Oh, we've got a green screen behind you now. There you go.
Yeah. So no, I don't want to retouch. I'd look how I look.
He's figuring it out.
Technology
says yes. She's kind to share her designs to print and swap for others. There's 14 online, 15 online now. That's great. Christopher says looks okay to you. That's good. Oh, Smokey's. Oh, he's back. Good.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out technology.
That's okay. That's what today's all about. We're seeing everybody live for the first time. I'm doing one of these stamp versus stamps. A little bit different than our usual quirky videos, but I think it'll be a good way to connect.
Hey, I can see the comments now.
Okay, good.
So, yep. Last one I got is Christopher saying looks okay to me, Rob.
That's what I've got as well.
Okay. We're rocking and rolling now.
Now we just got to figure out the lag business.
Am I still lagging?
Yeah. It looks almost like a still picture, and then every once in a while your face glitches sideways.
Really?
Yeah.
That's no bueno.
I don't know what everybody else can see, but that's what I see. So, Christopher, do you see a lag, or Basil, or anyone else who's on right now? Charmaine says yay.
No lagging to me, Christopher says, so that's good.
Okay, everybody else can see everybody, both of us fine. So I won't worry about it then. It'll just be me.
All right, thank you all.
Good. So we're open to your guys' questions. Oh, Carla's on from Mexico now. We've got a good group of people joining today. It's almost like a Saturday.
Let's talk stamps. Let's do.
Yeah, ask us whatever you like.
What do you want to talk about?
And it doesn't just have to be stamps. You guys can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
How's your wrist, Smokey?
My wrist is doing well. I've still got it all wrapped up, but it's not as bad as they originally thought. I've got to do a little physical therapy and stay off of it for a while, but yeah, it should be good.
You got a comment there from David?
Yeah, thanks, David. Rob is actually one of the reasons I'm a Doctor Who fan. I had never watched Doctor Who, and then I heard Rob talk about it a lot. I'd always wanted to watch it. I'd watched some other shows that referenced Doctor Who, and so I don't know, 2-3 years ago I started watching it, and I'm hooked. What's the most valuable stamp you have? For me, it's probably a penny black. That's my most valuable stamp. I don't know about Rob. I don't collect stamps for value. I mean, they're nice to have.
Or do I?
Obviously, I collect stamps that I'm interested in. So by far my most expensive stamp is a penny black, which cost me, I don't know, 100 and something US. After that, it drops significantly. I've got stamps I paid $20 or $30 for, but most of my stamps are $1, $2.
So mine's very similar. And Christopher, you asked what's the oldest. So yeah, the penny black is the first stamp. So that's my oldest and probably most valuable. But the stamps that are the most meaningful to me are the ones that are that my father chose to collect. So I found things of interest that are up and above what he's collected. But yeah, his collection is the most valuable thing to me. And speaking of my father, I'm going to interject here. Today's his 92nd birthday. So I was coming from his birthday party or the get together with him in order to come back for this live stream. So that's what I was delayed, Basil, when you were trying to message me and I couldn't message back. I was driving back from that birthday celebration. So,
well, also, happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you. And 92 is a big milestone.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Basil wants to know when I'm joining the Unicorn Gang. When I get an invite, Basil.
Well, there is some talk behind the scenes about membership, so we shall see. But I think Smokey probably would be on that list.
I think it's kind of secret.
It's a very secret organization. Yeah,
it is. It's
we only have we have 4 members in the group, and 3 of them have YouTube channels. So it's very exclusive.
It's one of those. I feel like you hear rumors about it, kind of like the Loch Ness monster or something, but you never really know if it's true or not.
Well, like the Masonic Lodge or some of those other secret organizations. Yeah, the Unicorn Gang is
Illuminati.
Yeah.
How would the world have been different if dinosaurs never went into extinction? Y'all, I would be a proud dinosaur owner, and I would be riding one back and forth to wherever I need to go all the time.
I probably would have been eaten by now. Christopher says he's not gotten a penny black yet, but he has a penny red. Thank you for all the birthdays that are coming through.
Yeah.
Basil's mom is 74. Enjoy those ages. Enjoy time with your mother. It's Mother's Day weekend here in Canada. So Sunday's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I know in the UK it's a completely different month and everything. So yeah, that's why I said here.
Right.
What's the criteria to join? Well, that's the secret. We don't. Yeah. That's not going to be on a live stream.
Yeah, it's kind of like Fight Club. The first rule is you don't talk about the Unicorn Gang.
Yeah, just every once in a while you'll see a new member because they'll have a unicorn sticker on their card and start showing up.
Right, but other than that, you really don't talk about it.
Yeah, we don't know. And Jilly B is our proud leader. So
Grand Pumbaa or whatever.
Grand Pumbaa, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's Mother's Day. It looks like a lot of places.
That's good.
Yeah.
Christopher, no, you don't need to have a YouTube channel to be part of the Unicorn Gang because Lewis in Spain is the 4th member that you don't hear about a lot anymore, but he is part of the Unicorn Gang. He early on in our videos, you would have seen Lewis sending cards to the other 3 of us quite often. So he's part of it. He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Basil says he saw a variety of dinosaur installations at the Goa Center lawns the other day. Were they outside? Were they animatronic or were they paper mache? What kind of dinosaurs were they? Yeah, more Mother's Day stuff. Maybe it's only the UK. Christopher, are you guys the only one that don't have Mother's Day this month? Always have to be different.
Do they have a funny handshake? I don't know. Once again, Christopher, I don't think they can tell you that.
Well, none of us have met in person to shake hands, so.
Oh, okay.
So there may be, but it's never been used.
Okay. Okay. I think Christopher's saying yes, they're the only ones that don't have Mother's Day.
Okay.
So.
Yes, the dinosaurs are outside. They're not paper mache. That's good because if it rained, they're
Right.
in trouble.
So I know. Let's throw this out there. How long? I want to know how long everybody's been collecting stamps, because I know Rob, you picked it up from your father.
Yep. So I started early on with him.
Yeah.
I mainly was collecting first day covers while he was collecting single issue stamps when I was really young. I'm going to say around the age of 8 or 9, I probably started collecting stamps. And then I stopped, through high school maybe, or late into high school. I didn't do it anymore. And then into university, I didn't. And then I started buying stamps for my father again when I was making my own money and he would have a birthday or a Christmas present. I would know which Scott numbers he was missing. And there was a stamp store in Vancouver when I was living out there that I would go into and I would buy and send him stamps. So that was my way of helping out with the collection. And
Okay.
then once I inherited the collection, moving back here again, I've been doing it pretty full time now. Not necessarily filling in the gaps, but being a steward of the collection now for the last 4 years.
Sure. Yeah, and see, I'm the opposite. I've only been collecting for about 10 years. I started relatively late, I think, compared to most people. But I love it. I've always loved stamps. I've always loved history. I finally just put the two together and started collecting. Christopher says he's been collecting since the early 70s, so that's before my time. Let's see. Basil's been collecting since he was young. I think
Carla
the
says
unicorn.
she likes to see them, but she doesn't necessarily collect them.
All right.
And Steven's been doing it since he was 9. And now that he's a
Wow.
little older than 9, it's been about 61 years.
Wow. Wow.
And then Jesse's doesn't collect them, but she's been buying lots of them to put on postcards since joining Post Crossing in 2022. Oh,
Hey,
Joe's
JC
on now from
Ferrari.
India.
Well,
Welcome, Joe.
yeah.
What was that, Smokey? What were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying howdy.
Oh, okay.
What did you miss? Not much.
The first
We're
17
talking,
minutes.
yeah, we're talking Unicorn Gang and what it takes to get in there, and the fact that Rob and I have no hair.
Yeah, and we've talked about what our first stamp was, what the most expensive stamp was in our collection, and how long we've been collecting stamps. That brings you up to date. If you want to know the answers to those, go back and watch the first 17 minutes as part of a replay crew.
Right.
Yeah. Basil says every year they get to do a hobby exhibit. Coincides with International Museum Day for 3 days. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was
no
cool.
worries being late. It's good.
We don't hand out tardy slips. You're okay.
Charmaine's been collecting since she was in her 20s.
Right. Do you know how many stamps you have? So that's an interesting story, okay? Because when I tell people I'm a stamp collector, that first thing they ask me, well, the first thing is why, and the second thing is how many stamps do you have? I have no idea. My wife and I were visiting some people the other day, and we were talking about stamps, and my wife says he has tens of thousands of stamps. And I said, surely I don't. And she said, I bet you do. I have no idea. Just none. Yeah. When I first started collecting, I bought big lots off the internet. So I'd buy 100 stamps or 500 stamps or 1,000 stamps before I really knew what my niches were. So yeah, I've got a lot of stamps, but I have no idea.
Well, you can tell, not tell how many stamps you have, but when you did your 1,000 subscriber, you gave away 1,000 stamps.
Yeah.
Remember how small 1,000 stamps look like when you put that together compared to what you have in your collection?
Yeah. So I may have 100,000.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably behind there's hundreds of thousands, if not a million stamps.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take much. If you put 10 stamps together, it looks like almost one stamp if you put them in a straight line. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody know how many stamps you have? I don't know. Unless you just like collect one specific stamp.
Basil says he's putting up his first exhibit of foreign newspapers in this show, and the
Nice.
newspaper sent by myself will represent Canada. Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Nice.
That was a long time ago that I sent you that newspaper.
Yeah.
Basil said he briefly counted when he said, yeah.
Yeah, you lose. I know that a couple of months ago when I was doing a video about organizing my collection, in about 2 weeks I had sorted and cataloged and housed like 900 stamps.
Okay.
And so I've got so many more. So
I keep talking about these boxes up here that all have stamps in them. It's some really nice Russian ones that I like to show one day, but I've just never, I don't get enough time in the day or the week. I don't know how, if you know how to get those extra days to make the 8th day in the week, I'd love to have that information because I just don't have enough time to do all the things that I'd love to do.
Yeah, I don't either.
Joe's been collecting since 2002. I'm surprised. I kind of thought Joe had been collecting since he was a child as well.
How do you decide what constitutes a stamp? If you have a miniature sheet with 2 stamps, do you count them as a miniature sheet or as 2 stamps? I don't know. I probably count it as a miniature sheet and house it in one thing. So
if you're counting it, I would count them as 2 if they're 2 separate stamps.
If you're counting individual stamps, sure.
Yeah,
but then I have a lot of first day covers too.
Okay.
When I first started collecting, I don't know, I just went nuts and bought a lot of first day covers, and have a lot of those. Hello, Ed.
Oh, Ed's on. Welcome, Ed. What did Charmaine say up there? She inherited stamps from her mother's mom. That was cool.
Okay.
Did anyone have a VE Day celebration or equivalent? They talked about it here in Canada. There wasn't any stamp issued for it or anything like that, but I know it was the 80th anniversary, so it was mentioned, but there wasn't any parades or anything for it or remembrance any for it.
Yeah, it was on the news here, and that's about it.
Jessie says she started accumulating fast, started with a 5x7 album, and now has a big one that can barely carry. And that's just for stamps for post-crossing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good variety of stamps.
There's Great Britain's got a World War II issue, May 1st. That's nice.
Okay. And David is going nuts on first day covers right now. Walnuts, Brazil nuts, just peanuts. What kind of nuts? Joe's father and grandfather were both passionate stamp collectors. That's good. Sounds like there's some good influences. Smokey, you've talked about it before that you got in it all by yourself. It wasn't necessarily a family member or someone around you that was interested in it. You just found the love of stamps. So
yeah. And I think the thing is, and I mentioned this a lot, we're just custodians of these things. They're going to outlive us. And so just when I bought my penny black, I got it and I just kind of stared at it like, wow, how many people have held this in their hand? Who was the first person, 150 years ago or whatever, to hold this stamp in their hand? And it's history. And when my kids are older, grandkids and things like that, that stamp will be 200 years old or 250 years old. And it's amazing to me that we get to be part of that.
I think that's one of the reasons why I know my father collected used stamps primarily because they were cheap, but the story behind them is there when they're used. They've already had their purpose and traveled through the world. How many times, I don't know, but a mint stamp doesn't have that. It was never used for its intended purpose. So that's why I kind of like that.
Yeah, Christopher says they made millions of penny blacks. Yeah, they did. Matter of fact, Christopher will know because he's in the UK. there are a lot more penny blacks than what the 2 penny blue, correct?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that one's a lot rarer stamp, which I don't have. I have penny blacks, I have penny reds. I don't have a 2 penny blue, which I'd really like to have.
Expensive.
Yeah, that's why I don't have one.
Yeah. So if you guys have extra ones that you don't want, the
Right,
two of us don't have them, so you can send
right,
them
yeah.
out.
If you just got one laying around in a box somewhere and
Yeah.
you'd like to send it over, that'd be great.
Now I don't know if Mike in Toronto's watching, but I want to say a special shout out to Mike, who's both sent Smokey and I
Yes,
fabulous stamp gifts, and he was just someone who watches our channel and decided that he wanted, out of the generosity of his collection and his heart, to send it to it. So thank you so much.
yeah, yeah. He
Blown
sent.
away.
He just. Well, I think we both got about the same quantity of stuff, and just some really. And I'm still going through it. Just some really nice stamps he sent. So
Yeah.
very, very generous.
So thank you, Mike, if you happen to be watching today.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm right. The 2 penny blue is scarce, which is why I don't have one.
Jesse says, I'm seeing our forever stamps as an investment because they just keep going up. So it's good for resale. Yeah, it's the same thing with our permanent stamps in Canada. Whenever they announce that there's going to be a price hike, buy your stamps then, because they're the same. You can use them going forward.
Yeah, well, our stamps are going up in July again. They didn't go up 6 months ago, but before that they went up every 6 months for I think 3 years.
Yeah.
So, and they're not going up. I don't know what they're going up this time, like in 5 cents, 7 cents. They're going up.
You're right.
So yeah, buy them now because they're good forever.
And we're possibly going back on strike in 2 weeks. So
really,
yeah.
um,
When they forced us back in the end of December, they
mhm.
said they were going to give us till May to come up with a agreement between the corporation and the union, and they haven't done so yet. Nor have we ever gotten anything to vote on. So
No.
fingers crossed that something happens in the next 2 weeks, so I don't have to show you guys
Right.
strike footage again.
Right. Okay. Steven wants to know if no, Steven, a matter of fact, I was at the mailbox today. I haven't got anything from you recently. But I'm sure you sent it. It'll get here. Sometimes things take a while to get to me because I live in a little town. So
Basil thinks this live stream should be done every month, the first half of the month. Now, do you want that instead of a stamp versus stamp quirky video?
or you want an addition too?
I don't think we can do an addition too. It's either got to be one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that too.
Yeah. But I agree that I like this live stream. I like the fact that there are so many people here that watch both of our channels that also are interested in stamps and want to talk about them together. So
yeah. Christopher, I guess, likes the idea too.
it's good.
Yeah. Once I figure out all the technical issues, we'll be good.
Mm-hmm. But I do like our quirky videos from time to time.
Well, so. not that we couldn't do something quirky in the live stream, I guess.
Well, you've got that green screen working on you. I'll have to figure out how to do that. But
I do have the green screen. I'm trying to figure out how to use it for my. There you go.
That's my father, and then that's my sister and me today.
Okay.
There's a sneak preview of what I will show later on when I shoot my daily or my Friday video.
Right. And if you're expecting another video from me today, this is it. This is what you get this week.
It's good. We both have had really busy schedules.
Very busy
lately. Yeah. So I've been using my YouTube videos as a way to keep organized. That I know that each day I've got to do this, this, and this because I've got all these other balls that I'm juggling in the air around me. That it makes for a perfect distraction. So
that's good.
Thank you guys for watching. Christopher doesn't want us to do the full Monty. Oh, Well, that was supposed to be next month. We'll have to come up with
Yeah,
something
yeah. Wow, Christopher, you really ruined it for us, but
different.
that's okay.
Yeah. How is my
Uh,
dad? Or I assume that's to me.
I would assume.
He is doing okay. He's happy that today's his birthday. The video I put out a couple weeks ago of him and dealing with vascular dementia, that's kind of where he's at right now.
Basil, the Madagascar video was last month. It's already out there. Next week will be Laos. Next week will be the video where we go to Laos and I share those stamps. I've ordered some stamps and they're here, so that'll be ready to go next Friday.
Yeah, I like that video series. It's a great idea of being able to spin the wheel and see where you're going to end up next and sending
Yeah,
off gifts to everyone.
yeah. I think it what allows me to look at stamps that I probably wouldn't normally look at.
Yeah.
So, and like Laos, I would never go. Oh, I'm gonna go check out stamps from Laos or Madagascar. Really, most of the places I've done videos on. So it's really nice. And the Laos video, just a spoiler, there's maybe going to be a Scout number 1 and 2 there.
Wow.
That
Okay.
that I'm going to give away. So unless I keep them, because they're really nice stamps, I like them. So
That's the hard thing about some of the giveaways, and especially when you start having people that help contribute to your giveaways.
right,
You get some stamps. It's like, oh, I kind of like that one. I'd like to have
right,
that one.
right,
Sometimes you have to let it go and let other people enjoy them
right,
and be reminded that you got a million stamps behind you don't know what to do with.
right, right. Yeah.
But I'm not saying you don't have to give away those stamps. If you want to keep them.
No, I'm going to give them away. Stephen, I don't know. It's got there's a set number of countries on the app I use. So I'm not sure if it's got Alon and the Faroe Islands and Island of Man or not. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'll get back to you. Also, I don't know, Basil. Yeah, that may be right. 198. That might be true. Probably you might. I don't know. I don't know if it does or not. I just picked an app that had a wheel and was supposed to give me a random country. And so if it's got 198, we got 198 months of doing that, and then we'll do something else.
That'll keep you going for a while.
We'll be
198
busy.
months.
198 months, and then we'll be. My house will be paid off then, and we'll be good.
All right, other questions? We're doing pretty well. 33 minutes in, and hasn't been too many delays.
Yeah. Yep. Ask us anything. We are open books, except where we're not.
Yeah, we always have some limitations of things we don't talk about.
Right.
14 people are watching. Yep. Only 7 people like watching though, because there's only 7 thumbs up.
That's 50%. That's not. I don't know how good that is. That's a great idea, Stephen. I'll do that. Remind me though, in 198 months, that I said I would do that.
Should be a hat you can spin, so whatever
Right. Right.
ends up at the front again, that's the one you do.
Right. Spoilers on the next Stamp versus Stamp.
You're watching it. This is as far as we've come.
Right.
After this
Right.
was the full Monty, and Christopher said no, so we're out of ideas.
Right. Hello, Ronald from Louisiana.
Oh, welcome, Ronald.
I've never been to Louisiana, but I am in love with Cajun food. I do a shrimp boil here a couple of times a year. I love beignets. So I'm in love with Cajun food, and maybe one day I'll get to Louisiana.
I try throwing the beads here, but nothing happens. I don't know what your trick is down there.
Yep, the new Pope is American. Yep.
I heard someone write saying that now all the communion wafers will be deep dish.
that might, you know what's, and we don't talk about this much on our channels, but something that is interesting about this, and I don't know if it's everybody else gets this on the news or it's just here in America, but everybody that has ever sat on a bus next to the new Pope, or seen him in a crowd, or shared a taxi with him, or went to a church where he was once, they're interviewing on the TV. And so it's like, oh yes, I remember one time I was at the pizza place and he was there 4 tables over, and it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
That we've never had this, and so everybody's like, yes, I know him.
Yeah, everyone wants to get behind it, I guess.
Right. Ronald says that's the reason he's lived in Louisiana all my 66 years. It's a good enough reason. I mean, you do have the occasional hurricane.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, the food.
And Steven says, I'm in love with every food. You're right. I can eat. Smokey and I are both foodies. We both love a variety of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it shows in our physique sometimes. So,
well, we're not telling you what we weigh.
That's right. Why I'm covering my arms this way, so you only see the top half of me. No,
is that, and that's Cookie Monster on your shirt?
It is Cookie Monster. Yes.
That's great.
So yeah, Cookie Monster.
Cookie.
I could eat a cookie right now, but I'm not allowed to. So I didn't. I was good. I didn't have any of my father's birthday cake when I was there.
Oh.
And it was carrot cake too, and I love carrot cake.
Oh, carrot cake is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go down. Forget about stamps. We're just gonna talk about food restaurants.
Right.
Food versus food.
Yep. Tomorrow we have a cancellation on World Migratory Bird Day. The U.S. doesn't. Seems like India has so many special cancellations. Does Canada have a lot? I don't know that you talk about that much.
Yeah, you can send away and have those pictorial cancellations just like you do in the U.S. I know you did a video on that.
Yeah.
I talked about doing a video on that, and time got in the way, and I haven't yet. It's still on my list of things to talk about. But yeah, there are a bunch of really cool cancellations in Canada too.
Okay. I sent off for 3 different cancellations, and I got 1 back out of the 3.
Okay.
That's why I didn't do a follow-up video. I don't know if they got lost in the mail. I don't know if they never got to the. I don't know what happened to them, but I got 1 out of 3.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to attend Boston 2026? I would love to go to Boston 2026. I don't know if it's happening or not. Rob?
I'm Canadian, so I'm not crossing the border. Sorry. What else we got? You can see how our paths cross from time to time.
Yep. Oh.
Ronald's getting more serious in retirement about his first day cover collection. I love bison covers as a primary. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, how many bison first day covers do you have?
Yeah. I want to know how many there are.
That's for Ronald. I don't know, not the world.
Yeah. Well, I think Colorado has there's some stamps for like Colorado statehood and things, I think, that have a bison on them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's covers for that. 27, he says. That's
okay.
That's
good. Are
those
27 U.S. first day covers or 27 that you know of globally? It's hard when we put a question out to people that have to type the answer. You have to wait.
Right.
Goa's state animal is an Indian bison.
Okay. Ronald says U.S. 27 U.S.
Okay. So it's manageable to collect them all then.
I guess so. David wants to know. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, is it ever worth it to soak stamps off of colored paper? I find that red, green, and blue always bleed onto the stamp. I have, if I could show you, I have a couple of boxes that are full of stamps on paper. And my project was years ago to soak them all off. And they're still there. They do bleed a lot. Yeah. I think it's personal preference.
I agree. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it's up to
Everyone,
you.
and especially people that enjoy the cancels, they're not going to soak them off. They want to have that full cancel if they can. So
Yeah, and if it's a, I would think if it's a common stamp, then if it bleeds a little bit and you just gonna put in your collection, it wouldn't bother me. If it was a, that two pence blue or whatever, I probably wouldn't do that.
Stephen, yeah, Canada and the US are the same way, that we also have pictorial cancellations for daily
Yeah.
use, but the first day covers have special ones too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Even says not all red envelopes bleed, but a lot do. Oh, Rob's leaving us.
Yeah.
He's gonna go get a stack of mail.
This is all stuff that's on paper that was for soaking. During Easter, I soaked off a bunch, and it doesn't look like I even put a dent in it.
Mm.
So yeah, so there's that.
Right.
But every once in a while, I soak a few just to have it, and then I've got to put them away in my binders. But none of them are in Scott catalog order yet. I haven't gotten to that stage. I just find that when people start saying, "Oh, I collect stamps," or I would trade stamps with other people, and they say, "Well, do you have any from Poland?" Then I can go look, see which ones I have that are duplicates easily through my Vario pages.
Right. Other questions?
Other questions? Other questions? You following any sports lately?
It's not football season.
No. Well, there's a lot of draft things happening.
There is. The draft was actually in Wisconsin this year, in Green Bay, which is about 3 hours away. But yeah, exciting draft stuff. I watched quite a bit of that. But yeah, I'm mainly a football guy. Although when it's the Olympics, I love water polo. I was telling a guy at my church the other day how much I love water polo.
Yeah.
If I could watch that all the time, I would. It just fascinates me.
Okay.
But
horses.
Yeah, I know. I don't. I think because of the climate the world's in, I'm not allowed to talk about hockey anymore. So
you can talk about hockey. There's lots of Canadian teams that are still going in it right now, and
yeah,
the worlds are starting in Sweden this weekend.
Yeah,
so that'll be a big thing. When it comes to football, my Steelers seem to have traded away everybody and are waiting for a quarterback to just magically appear.
Stephen wants to, would I be interested in receiving the Australian stamp bulletin? Well, heck yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Stephen. Yeah, email it on to me. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it.
Like Media said that Finland won their first game at the Worlds this weekend.
All right. Yeah. I like hockey. I haven't figured out how to quite understand it all yet.
Get the little black thing in the big net.
Yeah. Well, we have a very low level, semi below that, somewhere between high school and college professional team. Okay. About 45 minutes away, and we've been to 3 or 4 of their games, and it's very enjoyable.
Okay.
Cold, but it's really nice. All right, thanks, Stephen.
Basil watches field hockey.
Okay. I don't think I've ever watched field hockey.
Growing up here, field hockey was only played by women. It was a women's sport. I mean, it's not anymore, but that's what I remember when you got to school teams, and there would be hockey teams if you were in high school, and then the women would play field hockey. But now there's women's hockey teams too. So
speaking of sports,
yeah,
am I correct that hockey is not Canadia's national sport? It's actually lacrosse.
It's one of two. Both of them are the national sport. But lacrosse was our first national sport, and then everybody says, "Well, it's hockey, isn't it?" So eventually they said, "Well, yeah, well, let's make hockey our national sport too." But lacrosse is our first national sport because of the indigenous people.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Stamp related questions. Ah. Okay. Yeah, Jesse, there's an organization here in the U.S. called I think it's called Stamps for the Wounded that I've talked about on my channel, and I've sent them stamps 2 or 3 times. But this one's another one, she said, called Mama's Legacy of Love. So yeah, I'll go on and check that out. Because when I've had a lot of duplicates or things, I've sent that on to people.
Summer national sport versus winter national sport. I don't think we differentiate between it's just our national sports. But you probably could look at it that way because there's not a lot of lacrosse played in the wintertime. At least outside. You play inside in arenas. And the funny thing, here growing up, no one ever plays lacrosse. I've never seen anybody play lacrosse. But when I was living on the West Coast, lots of people played lacrosse. So I don't know. Maybe nowadays there's more people that play it. But when I was younger, you played hockey. Not that I ever played hockey professionally.
Football and rugby. Christopher, are you talking soccer or are you talking American football?
He's talking
I'm
soccer.
I'm guessing you're talking soccer.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing in the UK. But they are playing NFL games in London now.
Exhibition, or are they going to always have them each year as a regular season game?
Well, I think the last couple of years they've had regular season games. I think at Wembley, if I'm not mistaken, and they're going to play this next season too, I hear. So
Stephen had some friends that were in the Australian national lacrosse team. Very cool.
That's awesome.
It's a brutal sport. It's very
right.
very physical. They don't wear a lot of padding, and the ball that they throw is rock hard. So when it hits you, it hurts.
Right. Okay, Ronald's asking about a place other than eBay to buy first day covers. Yes, Hip Stamp.
Marketplace.
Yeah, Marketplace is good, but Hip Stamp is they're a good place. I'm not sponsored by them unless they want to start sponsoring me. But I do a lot of business there and on eBay. But yeah, I'd recommend Hip Stamp.
Yard sales.
Yard sales are good.
First day covers, I find, especially at like stamp shows, they go dirt cheap. People, they don't have a lot of value to them, and a lot of people, probably my generation or older, collected a lot of them, and so now they're readily available.
Well, I think there was, and maybe some other people can tell me if I'm right, there was a big boom of first day covers like 60s, 70s, 80s here in the U.S. I mean, just a huge flood of the market. Companies that's what they did. And so there are just tons of them out there. Like you said, you can pick them up pretty reasonable. I have some pretty cool Star Wars first day covers that I paid a little bit for, but just because I got Star Wars on them.
Yeah, for sure. Do they play cricket in Canada or the U.S.? It is played in pockets throughout the country, depending on who lives in those pockets. I know when we were living in Vancouver, there was always Indian descendants playing cricket in the fields, or British descendants that were out. So there were teams of them that played. Here on the East Coast, not as much cricket.
Yeah, I'm sure there is cricket playing here, but it's not something that you're going to see. You're just not going to see it driving around, I don't think. I think it's maybe in bigger cities or things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Basil, a lot of them are Asian descent that are playing in those teams. And he's right. We do have a national team, but I don't think they are super competitive on the world stage. You know the guy that tried out for the U.S. team? Cool.
All right.
So you're not much into baseball, Smokey? It's baseball season too?
I'm really not. I've been to one professional baseball game. I've been to a lot of AAA games. It's fine. I don't mind. I like watching it in person.
Yep.
But to sit and watch it on TV, it doesn't hold my interest.
Right.
Um,
Can be said for a lot of sports. It's much better to see it in person where you get the crowd reaction to things too, and the smell of the hot dogs or the nachos or the we're gonna go back down the food hole again. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ronald says he likes first day covers because you get more art and information about the stamp, plus you know when the stamp was issued. Yeah. I have a lot of first day covers, mainly U.S. and Great Britain. Great Britain is really good about putting a lot of information on the back of the first day cover.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun to collect.
I know I've showed these before, but this is what I like to do. I just get the first day covers in one lump sum at the end of the year. And so they come in a nice box and you have them all together and you have all the information rather than buying them one at a time as they get issued.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen, if you ever find any more bluey stamps, they can be used or whatever. Someone had asked me for a bluey stamp and I had some given to me, but they're all mint and they were all in a set. So I didn't want to break up the set. So if you ever find them in Australia, I'd love to have one to be able to pass along. I just know that because I just saw it. So that's what reminded me of it. Christopher says hip stamp's okay, but postage to the UK is high. Okay.
Sure.
Perhaps there's something equivalent in the UK, though.
Yeah. Well, I do know that there are some stores on Hip Stamp, individual dealers that are in the UK. So when you go on Hip Stamp, you can search according to where you live and stores that are just in your country. So you might, Christopher, you might try that, and then you would just get the dealers that are in the UK. And so I'm assuming they would just charge standard UK shipping.
Ronald, he wanted to know where I got that box of first day covers. Just go to the Canada Post website. They ship internationally, and you can get back years too, so they don't just have the current year. You might be able to get 2 or 3 years back as well. So that's where they are, and you're going to be spending US dollars, so it'll be even cheaper for you. All right, thanks, Stephen. I appreciate it. So what other stamp related things are going on over there with you, Smokey?
Well, let's see. I've started buying some stamps again. I said I wasn't going to buy till I got everything organized. That lasted about 4 months.
Well, 4 months is a long time.
Yeah, but I'm really trying to make a run at organizing my stamps, organizing all my binders. That's the goal. It's going slow. It goes in spurts, like you see. You just never have enough time.
Yeah.
And I had some time at the first of the year because things are a little slower for me. But then once it gets Easter season, things ramp up, and I usually don't have any time till the fall. So
I really like how you organize your individual cards and give all the information about them.
yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I know it's probably very time consuming to do it that way, but it's really nice to see each individual one.
Yeah, I like, just because of how I am. I like it like that, and that way I can look at it. I know, I put on there the country, of course. I put the year it was issued. I put the Scott number. That's about all I'm putting on them anymore. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know.
Do you have an example there to show everybody how you do it?
Well,
For those of you that haven't seen how Smokey's done it, I just might give you an opportunity to see his organizational skills and be impressed as I am.
This is these are my new cards. I just I bought paper. This is archive quality paper.
Okay.
It's thick paper, and I just had it cut to the size I needed.
Yeah.
And then I've got a little stamp. It says Smokey Stamps. This is Germany. Was issued 1984. It's got number 1419. I've got written on the side. And matter of fact, Rob, you'll recognize this stamp.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one you sent me.
Yeah.
So I've had it here, ready to go into an album. And we'll take a little walk. But yeah, I just when I get them done, I don't know if you can, if you can see.
I can see them.
This is just, I put them in these. Those are sleeves or pages for sports cards.
Okay.
Baseball cards or football cards or hockey or Pokemon or whatever you want to use.
Yep.
And I buy these sleeves by the box. I think you get a couple hundred for $20 American. And then I organize them by country, by Scott number, and then alphabetically. This is a topical album. It's my Long Neck Animals album.
Do you put a mount on the page?
Huh?
Do you put a mount on the page to put the stamp in?
No, I do not put a mount on the page. I just kind of let them float freely in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they stay in these little pockets.
Yep.
So yeah, I've thought about mounting them. That's another step. And I don't know. Just to save time, I don't mount them, but you could, and it would be better. Just like people who print off their own pages and mount them like that. I thought about doing that, but in the end, this is what I came up with. And
I like it.
Yeah.
You might have to have 1,000 binders by the end of it, but
I just bought a lot of new binders, so yeah.
Ronald says, you ever get something from left field? I just ordered 6 covers from Australia of Tom and Jerry. US never made a stamp of them, just Disney or Looney Tunes. Yeah, there's lots of stamps that are not part of necessarily a theme that I get interested in, that I just buy because I'm interested in it.
Today I ordered a set of some stamps off of eBay. I bid on them, and the auction was over today. I bought them because they had some long neck animals in them, and then there's about 10 or so other stamps that I will probably give away. But that's that. I get in a lot of trouble that way. Someone's selling 50 stamps, and there's 3 stamps that I want. And I buy them for $2 or $3. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I put the other stamps in a box, and 8 years later, they're still in the box.
Yep.
And then I'm doing giveaways of 1,000 stamps.
Yep.
So yeah,
I know all about that. Tomorrow is stamp show or stamp fair here in Moncton, so I'll be going again. I've got my list of countries upcoming that I'll be talking about in my father's stamp collection, so I'll be looking for those. And I got a few themes coming up, but I'm always going to find a stamp flipping through the book that's like, oh, that's a cool stamp, and I just buy it because I want to have it, I guess.
Right.
Almost an hour going strong. Yeah, we're 40 seconds away from an hour.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of this stamp versus stamp live stream? Is this something we should continue to do? There's 13 people that can vote on that by just giving a yay or nay, I guess. Still only 7 people like it, so I don't know what happened. What are we doing wrong? I think maybe they want more of the full Monty. I don't know.
I just started to say maybe it's because of the full Monty thing. Basil's giving us an affirmative. Sarah says yes, it's fun.
Stephen, will there be a mail video? Yeah, there's going to be a mail video coming out. That's what I got to do after this. So it is not going to be coming out early. You probably should go to bed, and when you wake up, it'll be there waiting for you. Don't It's going to take me a couple hours to get everything else done after this, but yeah, there's one coming.
Christopher says, yay. Steven says, yes, it's great.
All right, so maybe we should look at continuing to do these if you're up for it, Smokey, in the future, and then maybe every once in a while just pepper in a quirky video.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Looking for a blue nose. Yeah, me too. I don't have a Canadian blue nose either. Matter of fact, I'm going to a big stamp show in a couple of months, and that's going to be one of the things I'm looking for at the show.
Well, Ronald, I don't know if we're experienced people, but we enjoy talking about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, experience is a relative term.
Thank you, Jesse. Hugs back. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we probably should wrap it up here soon. We both have things that we need to do as well. And it's getting late for a few of you that are watching well into the evening.
Let me answer Christopher's question. What other channels do you watch? I watch Chris Love Stamps. That's a pretty good channel about stamps. Ted Talk Stamps.
Yeah.
Ted's one of my favorite YouTubers out there. And then of course Exploring Stamps. And then I watch this crazy That Dad Guy channel. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Never heard
of it.
But
every now and then he does some pretty cool stamp stuff.
There you go.
But if you go to my videos, I have a list, Christopher or anybody else, of the Philatelic channels that I watch. I try to stay caught up. Sometimes I do better than others because things get in the way.
And I've watched some of those channels as well, so those are all good ones to watch.
Well, I'm going to call it a success.
Yep, I think it was a big success. Thank you so much for everyone who took the time out to be here today. It's kind of an odd time for some of you. I know it's late in the night, or maybe it's still during your work days. Thank you to those of you who are retired that can be here too. So I appreciate it, or we both appreciate it, I'm sure.
Very, very much, very much. Thank you for being patient as I tried to work out all the electronical kinks.
And congratulations to Smokey on reaching 1,000 subscribers. So it makes it easier for us to do these dual lives now.
Yeah. Thank you all very much for subscribing.
Let's do this again in a month's time. All right, let's plan on that, Smokey. We'll try to get another one in June going. So
yeah, sounds good.
Well, let's say goodbye. Thanks everyone for joining. Enjoy your weekend. Have a magical week, and
until I see you next time. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.